Emily, could I ask you to do something in a minute here? When we come on live, I need you to just like crank down the volume knob, like on the on the actual receiver, because none of my clickers are working. Yeah, so like when you hear us talking, like if you hear me and then hear Nick and we both sound fine, then just crank it down. This should give us an indication. Oh, this is fantastic,
Nick. Oh shit! Did you see the Vrabel getting
Yeah, he gets smoked.
taken out? I gotta watch it again.
I feel like one of us wasn't in the game.
What?
Yo. You in the game, bro?
What game?
I'm testing the game. Hello? The game?
Testing?
Is this the game?
Testing. Yeah, mine's quiet a little bit.
We're both a little quiet.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. That's pretty close to my mouth right now.
I don't want it to be on that.
Testing.
Hello?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hello?
is that working? Oh, we're frozen.
No, we're not.
Keep talking at a normal talking
Yeah, we are.
volume.
Yeah, we're good. Ooh, mine's almost gonna be too loud now.
We're good. Jack it down. Jack it down.
Jack that shit
Jack it
down.
down. Jack it down.
And jack it
all
down.
all the way down until it says min min. Min min.
Min.
We had a cat named Mindy that I nicknamed Min Min. That was probably maybe one of my earliest nicknames that I'd given out, except for my blanket, which I called Blanky. They got better as I got older. Min Min.
Vikings are gonna go after Marcus Mariota. Just random prediction. Not gonna happen.
I have a prediction for you then.
Is it the Terrell Owens suggested Tom Brady for the Cowboys?
No. A Aaron Rodgers, Mike McCarthy reunion in Dallas. They'll trade away Zeke and Dak. And
They don't even trade away Dak. Dak's a free agent.
Yeah, they'll trade away Van Der Esch.
Dude, he had neck
Jalen
surgery.
Smith. Did he really? He's got that thing on. It's supposed to help him.
I know.
Maybe that thing got jammed into his neck.
Maybe.
Maybe that's why no one wears the neck roll anymore or whatever. Let's see. They'll re-sign Jason Witten, and they'll trade Jason Witten. They'll re-sign Tony Romo and trade him away for and Leighton Van Der Esch.
Re-signed Tony Romo.
and Sean Lee and let's see, and Dak and Zeke, all for Aaron Rodgers. And all your first round picks for like the next 3 years or so.
That sounds horrible. That would be horrible.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna happen. All for a player who hates that coach. Oh, and by the way, Rodgers pitches a fit day one. McCarthy gets fired. Jason Garrett comes back.
Yeah. No, Garrett will be with Giants.
Yeah, well, they'll do a trade where you get Eli Manning as your backup, and and Jason Garrett straight up for Mike McCarthy. It's a pretty good deal. You get a nice backup quarterback, and then Aaron Rodgers gets injured the first preseason game he plays, and then it's Eli Manning the rest of the time.
I don't like this. I don't like
Hey,
this.
don't hate the game, bro. I mean, that's how the game's played. Imagine the cap space you wouldn't have.
How would you feel if the Vikings signed Jameis Winston
As a backup?
as their starter?
No. Who in their right minds would do that? Like, I don't think he's going to get a starting job. Why would he?
He can still. Yeah,
He's a turnover machine.
he is.
Like, sure, he throws up a lot of bombs, but unless there's someone out there who thinks they can fix him.
Oh, I'm sure there's someone out there who thinks they can fix him.
They were saying, like, Kevin Stefanski is going to work wonders for Baker Mayfield. And I'm like,
I was kind of, you know what? Maybe we should wait. I was gonna give my piece on that, but we should probably just start the podcast so we can.
yeah, I mean, we probably should have started a few minutes ago.
Yeah. Is there anything other personal life shit you were talking about that we're now podcasting about? How's that itch?
Scratched.
Yeah, good.
Dude, I feel like we should talk about Madden off camera.
Yeah, Matt, really?
Because we'll get into Madden in the thing, and then everyone will be like, I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Well, we do tag Madden in this on Twitch.
I mean, yeah, that's true. If anything, we should be talking about Madden.
We should be all the time, really.
I think I might. Or did I tag it, or did I take it off being tagged? I can't remember. Oh my god, really? Already?
On Hagen's laptop, too.
That's Heglin's laptop? Oh my god.
It's fine. It wasn't on the actual keyboard. It was just dribble along the.
Why are you using his?
Mine's not in until next week.
Oh.
I'm getting a Mac.
Oh yeah, you told me that. That's right.
What?
Why does this laptop smell like whiskey?
Whiskey? Nothing?
Whiskey. I was the other day I was trying to do.
It broke my heart. It broke my heart. And they did it like
Okay,
this.
he was just trying to talk to you.
They strung it out like
Sorry.
The other day I was trying to perfect my Irish accent, and whenever I try to do that, I try to use the Disney Pixar's movie Brave.
I haven't seen it.
That's a Scottish accent.
Oh, well, then I'm practicing my Scottish accent the other day, and I always go, if you could change your fate, would ya? And then I would go, oh, we're not going to eat any meat without the potatoes.
That's good. Just keep going with it. Perfect that bitch. Oh my god, that's good shit.
I thought Brave, you were supposed to be talking to Scottish.
Maybe, I don't care. It's all the same shit.
Well, you should go with Scottish.
No, I don't know any. And with that attitude, I won't ever.
Man, I feel bad for Drew Pearson now.
Who's Drew that? Who's that?
He was a wide receiver for the Cowboys who didn't get elected to the Hall of Fame. Three-time All-Pro, three-time Pro Bowler. More catches than Lynn Swann. Only member of Hall of Fame's first team All-1970s squad not in Canton.
He'll make it. Before he dies, maybe not. But a lot of new people are like getting in like right away, I feel like.
Yeah.
Do you have a list of who made it?
I have it up now, I
Great.
think.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Can you still do?
No. Let's do it right now then. I cannot have a meal without the potatoes now.
Oof, that one was like Schwarzenegger-ish.
No.
That
It
was
started.
Have a meal.
It
Because you
started.
have to say meal without the potatoes. What is this? This is like work. Ew. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Meal.
Football Juice with your hosts, Nick and Jesse.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Welcome, Juice Nation.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to tell you something later.
Shit. Later, like after the
No,
podcast, or
during the
during the
podcast.
podcast. Fuck yes.
It's
I always like hearing stuff.
It's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be fun, and it's an idea that that I had. I think before the start of this actual season, that we never implemented, and it has to do. No, it was in the middle. I think I told you about it, but I have more detail on it.
Okay.
It's gonna be neat.
All right. Well, and in the meantime, we'll talk about other stuff, or we can talk about.
Welcome,
it now.
Juice Nation.
Yes, Juice Nation. Welcome. We have a podcast for you, a show tonight. It's not special or anything, but I
Oh,
guess
it's special
here.
because it. All right, so it's not special, but like it's here and we're here and Emily's here. So
Hey, man. Talk about your loss.
yeah, you know, I almost went into that game with like not a lot of expectation to win,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it was a little bit weird because I felt like maybe we could have.
It started off like you could have.
Oh, those Iowa City schools, they already canceled classes.
Tomorrow?
Yeah. They just canceled them.
Well, I imagine I'll be getting emailed from... Man! Damn it! I'm supposed to give my fucking presentation to the team tomorrow about my plan for the year, and now two of them are going to call out because of classes.
Oh, no.
It's fine. You know what? That's fine.
Nicorous likes licorice.
I know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
But it's fine.
yeah, that doesn't matter.
This that's in my hand? Oh, this is not.
Oh, wait, let me stop you. I didn't ask you?
Oh, no. Yeah, I think you did.
No.
Emily did. Emily asked. Oh, this?
Emily was coughing.
This is just the League of Warriors champion trophy that I won. And
You mean that has absolutely nothing to do with this podcast?
No, no. Like, yeah,
Was I in the Super Bowl? Is that what I lost?
Yeah.
Super Bowl? Or was it before the Super Bowl?
you lost the Super Bowl.
Right, because Cook and fucking Cook
Yeah,
and,
Cook and Henry
were both
were out.
fucking out. Yeah, that sucked. But congrats, buddy.
Hey, I
If I didn't win it,
but
I'm glad. I didn't want anyone else to win it.
yeah. Oh, I would have been the same way. A lot of times,
No, I mean like nobody.
A lot of times I'm just glad.
Ended.
A lot of times I'm just glad that whoever won it is local, so I don't have to ship the trophy.
Yeah, you kick those guys out.
Sorry, Chris.
It's a radius thing now.
Excuse me.
But yeah, congrats, buddy.
Thanks. In our tweet that I put out, I did hashtag PFJFB champ for you. It's a Pro Football Juice League champ. Fantasy football champ, I mean.
Okay.
And then low champ. So I called us out. I called us both out. I recognized us both.
Nice. Thanks, man.
Yeah, where's your ring? Why ain't you wearing your ring? You should wear your ring every fucking podcast.
Yeah, it's big.
That's what she said.
Big. You won? No, you haven't won. It was.
I won one for the work thing.
Yeah, and I have another one from also the work thing. I just remember what that was called. It was called CTF, the CTF League. Catch the Fever League. Remember? The CTFL.
You should come back. The facilitator's hiring a team lead.
Yeah, but isn't that Williams' job?
Nope. They've restructured. William is now over the Solution Center and Epic Help Desk, and now the facilitators, and they're hiring for the facilitators team lead.
We discussed this last time about.
It's just trying to get my friends back.
I get that. I don't know. We'll take that offline.
Well, yeah, I guess people don't want to hear us talking about,
Work stuff that they don't know. Well, I mean, technically, like one of our 3 listeners also works at the same place and knows exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But you know who I miss? Lightning Rush.
Yeah.
Lightning Rush was in our league, and I don't remember how he finished. I guess, But congratulations to Lightning Rush and Drew. Drew was in our league, and congratulations to everybody. Really, I mean,
Yeah.
it was a pretty good year.
Is anyone watching us right now? If so, speak up. And what are you drinking? Em, you're not drinking anything. Okay. Hi, Em. She's drinking water. Jesse, what are you drinking?
Oh, I'm drinking Hawkeye vodka, water, and fresh squeezed lemon juice.
Yeah, that's nice. I like the fresh squeeze touch. How is it?
It's pretty good. Honestly, I can't tell the difference between the fresh squeezed and like the other stuff I've had. Well, because technically the stuff that you get in a thing is like it's from concentrate, but it's still like lemon juice. I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah. I honestly thought it would be too lemony because you put a decent amount of lemon juice in there.
I mean, now that you had mentioned it, there's a kick, but like there's always a kick to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hit you in the face.
But it covers up the Hawkeye vodka.
No, it still cuts through. I mean, Hawkeye vodka's not gonna mask shit. It's like, oh, vodka's supposed to be tasteless. I'm like, yeah, it's supposed to be tasteless until you get like a super cheap ass version of it, and then it cuts a little bit.
Yeah. So are you gonna work tomorrow? You going to work tomorrow?
I don't know. I might try to like pull a half day because it's not supposed to snow or anything until noon.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll be like my wife, because Brienne took some time off. Because I stayed from home or stayed with the kids on Tuesday? No, yesterday. And so she went and worked extra hours so that if it happened on Friday, which sounds like it's going to, then we could cover it. But if she could work, because if she doesn't work, she just doesn't get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I don't get work, I have like time I can use. So
Want to maybe get lunch tomorrow, guys? Yeah, we'll talk about this offline.
yeah,
But yeah,
I had lunch today. I'm not really allowed to do that.
I had lunch today too.
I'm on
I
a
like to eat lunch every day.
yeah, but usually I'm a hooligan now.
What's a hooligan?
I only have Huel.
I don't know what that is.
Hooligan. It's a meal replacement thing, like that has all my vitamins and minerals for the day.
Oh, that sounds horrible. No
Does
offense.
this sound horrible?
Oh shit! Put those things away, son.
No, it's not bad. I thought I would be like starving.
Yeah.
But I'm not. So it's fine.
I have noticed since going from Pearson to the hospital, I like barely eat. I move all the time, and it's actually been really helpful for not just sitting and eating like I was at Pearson, because now it's like I pretty much only have time for 20-minute lunches, and I'll eat like a salad and I'll keep moving. But it's awesome though, because I feel like I'm getting back into like fighting shape.
Well, I mean that is one thing that I miss about working at the hospital is like I was up and moving all the time.
Yep.
And then there'd be certain days that I would like set aside for not doing that, but like most of the time I would. But also I was eating like shit every day, so I mean.
I think my team's hiring for a deployment person.
Your team specifically for a deployment person?
Yeah. We'll talk later.
God, this is the worst podcast.
It is.
And just called us the worst podcast ever. Yeah, we should probably get
We
back
should
on
put that
track.
on our like tagline on Facebook.
The worst
The
podcast
worst
ever.
podcast ever, and coming from his
Hey,
wife.
the announcements. We have some football to talk about. Yes. Some games were played last week. Some fucking outstanding games
Oh
were
yeah,
played
for
last
sure.
week.
The Kansas City game was amazing.
Yeah, let's just talk about it now.
Like,
that game was.
You were like, I'm not watching this anymore. I'm like, we're coming back. I mean, they're gonna, and then like they just like whipped back. And,
It was
like,
the same. Excuse me. It was the same thing that I did with the Bills the Bills Texans game. I said I wasn't gonna watch it anymore. I'm gonna wait to see how this drive plays out. And then Texans scored 8, and I was like, okay, well I have to keep watching. The same thing happened. Like I was driving back from Cedar Rapids, and then by the time I got home, it was like 21-0, and I got to see the Texans score 24-0. And then I think I even remember telling Emily and Brady, I'm like, what do you guys want to do? You guys want to like watch dogs and walk the dogs and watch Watchmen or something? But then I decided to keep watching football, and I'm fucking glad I did.
Yeah, dude. It was a great game. I mean, I was kind of off and on because I was playing Madden while I had my laptop set up, and I was watching that game as well. So I was kind of back and forth. And I remember specifically like getting so into the game that like I'd have to like call a timeout on Madden because I was just like be sitting there and watching it. But like that game was awesome. I didn't get to see much of the Ravens Tennessee game because we were actually out partying. Oh, happy belated to Emily, by the way.
Yeah. We got to see enough of that game to be awesome, though.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet because we were just sitting there like in like they won. First of all, just the fact that they won was like
Yeah.
incredible.
It was awesome. Like, man, it was awesome. People were talking about how Lamar Jackson couldn't show up for that game. His numbers weren't bad. It's just the Titans defense just did enough, and Derrick Henry is unstoppable.
That I have a quote like Tyrann Matthew said earlier, like according to like fucking Bleacher Report, BG Gridiron Twitter handle said Tyrann Matthew says he thought he broke his jaw earlier in the season trying to tackle Derrick Henry. And he said he compared it to hitting a rock. Like that guy's just a fucking monster.
He's huge.
And
though.
Tyrann Matthew is a hard hitter. Like he's nothing to slouch at. He's the honey badger, and honey badger don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, he's built like he's just an enormous person. That's why when he came out of Alabama, I didn't think he was going to be any good because he was it seemed like he was too big to be fast or good, you know?
Yeah.
Like someone who's a good, fast running back in that big of a body is like not fair. It's not. It's ridiculous.
I feel like it's going to catch up to them, though, because not that it's going to catch up to them. Henry is like the only, Tannehill hasn't been doing shit in the playoffs. And Henry is their most dangerous weapon. And I feel like if they lock him down, which it seemed to be almost impossible, but if they lock Henry down, they're going to lose that game.
It was 162 yards. Oh no, Tannehill has 160 yards in both playoff games, and he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Their defense is pretty good. Their defense is good, but Henry is carrying that team.
I really like Mike Vrabel as a coach. By the way, isn't he supposed to cut his dick off?
What?
Yeah, like he said he would cut his dick off if they made the playoffs or something crazy
Mike
like that.
Vrabel, dick cut off.
I think he made a.
Mike Vrabel was just kidding with about to cut off his penis for a Super Bowl win.
You can't just like say shit like that and not cut your penis off. Like, just have a medical team there to sew her back on quick, but you gotta do it.
Yeah. He kind of has to. Oh, let's see. Been married 20 years, yeah. You guys will be married for... Well, you won't need it. What? What are you saying?
He won't need it because he's got kids and he's old. Or...
Yeah, I'll cut my dick off to win a Super Bowl. What he said.
Wouldn't it be great if he cut his dick off, he made it in the Super Bowl and lost? All for naught.
That's probably how the Saints and the Ravens feel right now.
Speaking of, okay, let's just get it out of the way. The Vikings couldn't stand up to the 49ers, pretty much.
The Vikings also played the Niners like the healthiest they have been in weeks.
Right,
they had like everybody back.
Injured, and then like that bye week gave them absolutely everybody back at full strength. So I mean, like they even had Joe Staley in there for God's sake.
Yeah, like right now though, the Packers are going to play them slightly banged up because they've had D4 didn't practice, and
he might be on like a maintenance mode though, kind of.
I think so too, but still like they weren't on maintenance mode preparing for the Vikings.
I think that first of all, speaking of which, the Packers also won.
Yeah, fucking Packers.
I think a lot of it has to do with their defense and how much better their defense is, but they're not going to win the Super Bowl, right?
The Niners?
No, the Packers.
I don't think so.
Somehow they keep like getting by. And like, are they gonna get by all the way to the goddamn Super Bowl?
But they beat the Seahawks, and the Seahawks have so many injuries. It's almost like the Eagles. Like,
could you imagine if somehow the Packers win this game and go to the Super Bowl, and
Ugh.
they have to play like the
Chiefs.
Titans,
If they could play the Titans, they'll win.
and the Titans like they somehow find a way to like quadruple cover Derrick Henry and like gang tackle him, or he gets injured or something, and they end up winning. Like there's a scenario out there that the Packers could win the Super Bowl, and I
Like-
just can't. I just can't.
I know. My brother has a theory, Scott, since he's a Niners fan.
Yep.
He's told, he's like sent in text and he told him on a phone call. He's like, I'm calling right now. It's gonna be the Packers and the fucking Chiefs. It's gonna be the fucking Packers and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. He goes, the two of the oldest fucking teams.
I called that
in
months ago.
the NFL. Yeah, and he's like, Packers are the original team. It would make fucking sense. That stupid team in 100 years. It makes sense. And he's got a point. But if that's how it happens, I mean, it's pretty disgusting, and it kind of seems like it was planned. And what?
Okay, go ahead. No, keep going.
No, and I just don't like it. I don't know. It also it kind of it feels like it's set up for the Packers to win. The Packers were destroyed by the Niners earlier in the season, and now they get a redemption, and it's Aaron Rodgers, and he does what it takes to win. Ugh. Except take a pay cut. Stupid bitch. I really don't. What are you looking up? Are you looking for those dick pics? I told you I sent them over Gmail.
I didn't realize. I didn't realize that Guess Who Sucks. That Guess Who Sucks segment happened in week 1.
I thought we did it the first couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean we were in and out. I don't think we did it for a while, like at the end of the season.
We didn't.
But I'm trying to find, because somewhere I think it's like when Minnesota lost to either the Bears or somebody. I said, and I wrote it down in my notes, I swear, that said like the NFL, because it's the 100-year anniversary, the NFL is gonna make sure that like the Bears or the Packers like win the whole.
Oh, I remember that.
thing.
I remember you saying that.
It was like a long time. Tinfoil hat. Week 6. NFL is rigging games for Green Bay to get the Super Bowl for the NFL's 100th season. There was blown calls in the Lions game, PI calls against Minnesota, and a TD taken away from Denver. Like those are just 3 examples. Like, and this was week 6.
Then there was the Devontae Adams first down call.
thing. Although someone showed like a angle of that, like because like the yellow line was actually ahead of where it should have been or something on TV. Like it was like almost a half yard to a yard ahead of where it should have been. Yeah, right. But there's just shit like that. So week 6.
Yeah, you made that call then.
So take that, Scott, you stupid bitch.
Oh shit!
He's catching up on our episodes. He probably heard it and just regurgitated it. And he's
No,
he's
he
very smart. So
if he's listening to this,
the 49ers are a
he's-
fairly old team too, though.
A Fairweather fan.
he isn't. He isn't.
I see.
So last year he was all down on the team, but this year since the Niners are good, he's into them. But so now, but now that they've reached the point where it's one game until it's before the Super Bowl, he now is like
He's in
they're
panic
gonna
mode.
suck. They're gonna lose.
Well, he's in panic mode. It
They're not
happens.
gonna suck. That's not what he's saying. But he thinks they're gonna lose.
No, I get exactly where he's coming from.
I also get it too. But that team is playing with some fucking fire.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, the way that their offensive line manhandled one of the best
Yes.
defensive fronts.
Their leading rusher this week was Tevin Coleman, and he's not even the best back on that team.
No, but they listed him as like the starter. But like Breida was getting a lot. Like previous to that, Mostert has like
wonder-
the most yards.
I wonder if they were wanting to rest.
It's like pitchers in baseball. They have so many,
Yeah.
and they're all pretty decent. That like you could just like not run one of them that much, and
I
then just
kind
like
of
go
dig
after
it.
it.
I dig a team that's run first.
Yeah, I mean, I almost feel like teams should do that with like quarterbacks.
Shit, dude. The Niners beat the Packers. The Titans beat the Chiefs. Then you just got a game with nothing but running. Like you've got a running and a hard defense game. Like
I feel like people would just like hate that.
really?
No, I mean, like, I would love it. I think it'd be cool.
I think
but,
that
like,
game would
But
be
I think
fun.
like the general populace, as it is, wants to see Lamar Jackson. They want to see Patrick Mahomes just slinging the ball down.
Yeah, so the game I guess the game that would be the most fun, high-scoring game would be Packers and Chiefs. But but that's not, man. Who would? But like, think of it. Like, who would have thought the Niners and Titans in the Super Bowl?
Right.
I would never. That would have been fucking cool.
Yeah. No, I like. Okay, so I like.
We're already talking about it as if it's not gonna happen.
Well, I know. I mean, I like Kansas City, right? So I don't really care who wins that game because I like both. Like I want to say Kansas City because of Snowman, really, because he's my friend.
and Andy Reid. I want Andy Reid to go to the
Andy
Super
Reid.
Bowl.
Like
and win.
right, sure, to get the monkey off his back, sure.
Yeah.
But I also want to have a motherfucking Vikings. Anyway, like I don't, and like to see the Niners in since they haven't been in so long, like.
That's not true though. They were in it like 4 or 5 years
Oh, that's
ago.
true. But like, the Packers have been in since then, though.
No.
Oh, really?
Oh, the NFC Championship game, yes. I think because they
But
got
not
beat
Super Bowl.
by Seattle or whatever.
That's true. Oh man, that would have been weird. If
They haven't been in the Super Bowl since 2010. The Packers,
fucking I don't care.
right?
I basically just don't want them to be in it. Period.
I get it.
I don't care.
Fuck the Packers. Hey man, fuck the Packers. Fuck Aaron Rodgers, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
I had
ice.
I had a really weird dream about Aaron Rodgers last night.
Is it because you picked him up in Madden?
Yeah, that was the last thing we were talking about before I went to bed. I picked him up in Madden because I had a bit of a cap issue, and I had to trade some people, and for some reason the Packers were willing to trade me Aaron Rodgers, and as far as like top tier quarterbacks go, he was very reasonable. As far as like he only had like 14 million against the cap, which, as far as top tier quarterbacks go, isn't that bad. And he still has like 6 years or 5 years left on his contract or some shit. So I'm like, whatever. And I was very mad. I was very mad last night.
I couldn't believe you signed him.
I was very mad. I was very mad.
Yeah.
Very mad. Like,
Yeah.
I was irate at that game. Like, I would have been yelling at the TV had Brienne not been sitting right over there. So I spent 2 hours trading 13 players. I traded 13 players. The list is there. I wrote it down on a list, and I picked up 11 players.
Okay, which ones did you trade?
The ones that I traded away are the ones in the top left, or top right, I mean. That 2 columns in the top left. Or right. God damn it. And the ones that are small, in the small lettering, those are the ones I
like
got.
that you have the, you traded Teddy?
Yeah.
Man.
Teddy, he wanted money, and I don't have any. I think he might be the Packers quarterback now. I can't remember. It was all such a blur. I do not remember who.
Were you drunk?
No.
Okay.
I just had been doing it for 2 hours, and my eyes were getting crossed.
Man. Did you at least get some good shit?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, my defense, I think, went from an 86 or an 86 or an 85 to an 84. But my offense went from a 86 to a 91.
Shit.
So, yeah.
Did you win your game?
I haven't played with that team yet.
Oh, okay.
I lost. That's why I did it, because I lost with them and got
To the
pissed
Bears,
off.
right? You lost against the Bears?
Yeah, I lost every game so far, except for my first 2. I'm 2-4 now, I think. Or 2-5 maybe even.
No, you were 2-3 when I started my game, so you'd be 2-4. I played tonight. No, I simmed. I got sacked 5 times in 8 minutes. And because as soon as I dropped back, the Ravens would sack me. And like I couldn't do anything, so I quit and I simmed it and I won. So
Yeah, I simmed after I threw 2 picks in a row. One was a pick 6. I got the ball back, threw a pass, and it got picked. And I just said, I simmed it. And I swear this was in like the first quarter, probably late in the first quarter. And the score ended up being 48-42 in overtime. Yeah, and I still lost, mind you. It was still a big L. But I had enough. I can't play this game.
You beaten me on it before.
Yeah, like I've beaten you more than once. And I used to.
No,
I'm just
okay.
saying you've beaten me more than once.
We don't need to point
You
it out.
asshole. I beat you in the Super Bowl before.
Yeah.
And you beat me in the Super Bowl
Yeah.
before. Whatever. But it's just like I used to be able to beat the computer by like 30 points. It'd be like 50 something to like 12. You know,
Yeah.
like I
That's
can't.
why I stacked my team because I was preparing to play you.
Well, I stacked my team so that I could do that again. Just fucking murder people. But like and my team is pretty good. I just can't fucking win. I don't know how to win with this game anymore. I can't run like I used to.
Running's tough.
Yeah, I think it's harder.
I traded for Joe Mixon, so now I got Mixon and Carson, and I really can't do much until like the third quarter.
I picked John Ross off waivers.
What?
Yeah.
That's nice.
He was in free agency.
Speedster on
Like all of my, I think my slowest running back now is wide receiver now is a 93.
nice.
And like I made some crazy trades with the Vikings, right? So I have Mackenzie Alexander and Holton Hill, who are both one's a
75
second year
for
and one of his is a
McKenzie.
rookie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then, but then I didn't realize that Mackenzie Alexander is actually unsigned after this year, so I got to trade him. I just picked him up and I have to trade him because I have no money.
Where does your money go?
I make too many trades, and then I get a cap penalty
Oh.
because I wasn't paying attention to it.
This is a segue back into real football, but I picked up Larry Fitzgerald on free agency. He catches everything, man. Like I'll just throw it his way, and I know he's gonna catch it. And that segues into this. He's coming back for his 17th year.
Yeah. That's awesome. You know, in Madden, I thought that Michael Thomas was supposed to catch everything, right? Mm-hmm. And he doesn't. Like, I think it might be just because Teddy Bridgewater is only a 73.
Probably.
And like, I throw it to him, and he just drops shit. And I'm like, what the?
You know, if you would have kept Breeze, you'd probably be cleaning house.
Maybe.
That game is like really into holding up to like NFL stereotypes, like the Ravens.
Well,
Like the Browns. Holy shit, the Browns smoked me, and it's like they bought into the fucking hype.
yeah, like
Kobe.
I was gonna say, don't try to make a basket. For those of you at home watching, the two cameras that are filming both of us right now are actually on a little Tykes basketball hoop, and we did that, and I thought for sure he was trying to hit a.
No, I was trying to get in the cat corral. Em, can you toss me that little Tykes basketball?
Emily, I don't think you don't need to do
About
this or
4
anything.
feet to the left of you.
I don't think you need to do this, but if you're gonna go, could you also get me one?
Yeah. I see two.
I'm just saying you don't need to do it.
there's
but if
two
you're
of
gonna
the-
do it,
Yeah, I got
get me one too. So, here's something that made me mad. Freaked me out. I did a quick blank.
I don't know what this is, but me made me mad.
Chad Okocincho's
Try that again.
Sinkus is going to try out to XFL as a kicker.
Yeah.
You know why that makes me fucking mad?
Why?
Because Carter Schultz didn't even get asked to goddamn try out for anybody, and he was the best AAF pass rusher in the goddamn league. And Chad Ochocinco, piece of shit Johnson's gonna go as a fucking kicker?
Well, so if he can make it, that means that they'll just do they'll just do fake.
No, it's a circus.
Yeah,
It's kangaroo court.
that's what XFL is. Ochocinco's only like 42. All right, let's go on. Kobe. Nope.
I was gonna say you shouldn't throw it that hard because it'll bounce right out the back. I feel like
Trying to get it like in the
in the top part.
no, like in that little
'Cause
hole.
I think it'll fit in the top part.
I just see the opening there now.
I haven't shot it yet because I'm trying to see if I could trying to think if I can make that angle or if I can hit it up over the top in that thing.
Oh.
Either way, see, because if I miss, it's gonna go straight into my speaker,
Yeah.
which I'm not. If I miss with this, it's gonna do the same fucking thing.
Yeah. He's going for it. Ooh. It's close.
It was closer than, for the record, that was closer than Nick.
Whoa, my third one was kind of that close. Bitch. People who are listening can't hear you shaking your head.
Well, you keyed him in on it, right?
I did key him in.
I got something.
Okay.
Rich. Chad Ochocinco. No, police issued a warrant for OBJ.
Yes, I'm glad you brought this up because we were talking about it before the podcast and I wanted to kind of... Shit, he's got two of those? Oh, what the fuck?
You want rosé or margarita?
I'll take the fucking rosé, shit. No, I don't want to take it. It's yours, man. I got bourbon.
I'm not gonna drink both of these.
You got a fridge full of those things?
I got at least one, if not two more. I don't remember.
My bitch. My bitch? That's weird. Oh, man.
I mean, yeah, sure. They might be like expired by a year, but I think I got them 2 summers ago.
But if they're boozy and frozen, they don't expire.
So anyway,
This is called Frosé.
yeah.
All right, that's pretty good. I'd buy that.
So anyway,
for
like,
$1. I'd buy that. Wow.
so
Nice work.
I didn't bring you one.
No, that's good. I realized how much bourbon I still have in here.
Oh, by the way, I can get you one. I have more straws upstairs. You want me to run and get one quick?
Oh, you're good, man.
All you gotta do is shoot shit for a while for the camera, and then I'll go get you one.
Okay. I'll talk about some Cowboys news and updates.
All right, I'm not leaving. Nobody wants to talk about this.
Let's see. I will. I'll talk about my Watchmen conspiracy theory, my Watchmen theory that I had that'll just ruin it for everybody. Jesse just said, "Oh," and then pointed at me and walked away. So Jesse left me, and this kind of makes me feel like I'm on the spot. But so I think we should talk about the NFL's best-looking quarterback, and I think he's in the NFC Championship game right now. That's right. The best-looking quarterback in the NFL is Jimmy Garoppolo. That man is model pretty. Oh shit, Jesse. Do you want me to get those? They are just ice crystals. You want to leave them?
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay. Jesse's back. Guys, Jesse's back.
Nick,
Back again.
Tom Brady got eliminated. And Lamar Jackson got eliminated. So
Tom Brady is also super attractive. Jimmy Garoppolo is stunning.
yeah, but Lamar Jackson got eliminated. So
So we need to stop that. Hold on to your goddamn drink.
oh, look who's talking.
I'm holding on to my damn drink.
Yeah, but someone who's
It
like
just
wrecked,
falls out of my glass.
someone who's wrecked like 9 laptops in this basement.
It has been all in this basement.
Yeah, but Lamar Jackson's eliminated. Tom Brady's eliminated. I mean, there's nobody left. Patty Mahomes, he's pretty good looking, to be honest.
I saw there was a tweet. I saw a tweet today that said, "Anybody remember when Patrick Mahomes was playing Roseanne's daughter?" And it showed like a child photo of whoever that was. And
That guy's loaded.
And then
Because he's, what's his face from Big Bang Theory, too.
yeah, no, it was a daughter though.
Oh, when he played the daughter?
Yeah, because they showed like a side-by-side photo, and this little girl looked exactly like Mahomes from like Saturday. It was a funny one.
Let's see that. Oh, someone told me a joke, but I can't tell you guys this until you finish. Mine is sweet as F.
Yeah, so is mine. I feel like I'm eating a dessert.
I can't tell you this joke until you guys finish Watchmen.
We have one episode left.
Can't tell you then.
I know.
Anyway, OBJ's is an issue warrant out for his arrest because he slapped an officer in the ass in the locker room in the LSU game.
So we talked about this a little bit before the podcast, and seeing the video now 3 times, it honestly, to me, looked like he smacked his ass and then backed up like he was ready to fight the cop, or that he was scared of the cop. Like
He kept like
it was
mocking
fucked
him
up.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
how
I don't
stupid
get
are
it.
you?
It was. I don't get why you slap his ass anyway.
Here's my thing.
I don't like pigs anyway.
Was it innocent?
No.
Was it innocent? Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. He just slapped him on the ass, and he was caught up in the moment and having
Yeah.
a good time. On the other hand, you can't set that kind of example that it's okay to go up and slap. Like if someone high level like Odell Beckham Jr. does it, like how many stupid ass kids are gonna like go ahead and go up to the officers and like start slapping them in
Yeah.
the asses now? And which one of them is gonna get fucking shot because of it?
I don't think enough NFL players realize how many people, like kids, look up to them.
Like how,
You know?
how much clout they have?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. No,
Like
for
this
sure
fucking
not.
Antonio Brown bullshit. We pretty much stopped talking about
We're not
Antonio
supposed to
Brown.
talk about him
It's
right
great,
now.
but like we should maybe mention this one little thing. So it's like video came out. Antonio Brown. No, it didn't come out. He live tweeted it.
live-
Live Facebooked it.
He went on
Live
Facebook
whatever.
Live or whatever. Yeah, like
And like it was the cops were called because of a dispute between he and his girlfriend, and the cops took his girlfriend
Baby
and
mama.
kids away.
there's him standing on his driveway, supposedly yelling, calling the cops crackers, and yelling obscenities at his wife, and screaming and cussing. And you see what he's filming is his baby mama and small children.
Yeah,
very
they're like
small
under
children.
6. It looked like.
Yeah, getting into a police vehicle and getting driven away.
Yeah, and he's calling them punk ass and like you wish you could take me. And I'm just like, and the dude, a couple of the dudes that he's like pointed the camera on, like, you wish you could take me. I'd be like, dude, I don't think you'd want to fuck with those guys. Like, they looked like big dudes, and they're obviously trained to take fuckers down. But why are you filming yourself, incriminating yourself?
Well, the problem is, in this scenario, he still views himself as like a victim.
Yeah.
But in this case, like a victim doesn't do that. Like I don't think he knows what the definition of a victim is. Like someone who's being victimized, like someone who's sitting there doing that and yelling obscenities and daring them to come after him doesn't scream, "I'm a victim." It screams,
Yeah.
"I'm an asshole," and whatever happened between this is obviously probably what happened. Like you're not helping yourself at all.
Well, since so Drew Rosenhaus, his agent, dropped him.
He's a big fucking agent too.
Yeah, and
And
then
he didn't drop him. He said he ended their relationship until he gets help.
oh, okay. Well, he's not gonna go get help though. I just assumed he dropped him. But yeah, I get it. And then the police department, which he's donated money to, is no longer
Yeah,
accepting.
it was that
donations.
police department.
Oh, okay.
Because he had like, they have some sort of like rec football league or some sort of maybe like youth league or something that he donated money to. They gave the money back and said they don't want to be, like what he did was disrespectful to our officers and stuff, and I don't want to be a part of that or whatever.
These are refreshing.
not bad.
High fructose corn syrup is the second ingredient, though.
Yeah, most definitely.
Freeze for about 8 hours and gently massage before serving. Heard that before. Run warm water over a pouch to accelerate thawing. Enjoy in a glass or out of the pouch. Do not microwave.
It's funny because you know how margaritas like lime, you think? Mm-hmm. But after the corn syrup and the water, right, and the citric acid and the sodium phosphates, pear juice concentrate is actually the flavoring. And then wine, just wine, and then sodium benzoate and potassium sorbate.
Yeah, I've got pear juice concentrate in mine as well.
So what's the flavor? Inspired by the warm sun, blue waters, and tropical breezes, Daly's frozen margaritas have just the right touch of tart yet sweet lime flavor. Fuck! Enjoy it here. Get together with friends, or just when you need to get away.
Mine says Daly's Frosé is the perfect blend of rosé wine and touches of sweet strawberry and tangy. Wow. Tangy, not tangy.
You're sure.
Yeah, tangy lemon flavor. This refreshing, fun pink cocktail is easy to squeeze, and instantly enjoy while relaxing or just hanging out with your friends, bitch. Daly's makes it easy to say okay to Frosé.
Oh, nice.
Good one,
Did I tell
Frosé.
you my joke? Apparently, I didn't tell anybody my joke.
Oh, I'm all ears.
why did the two melons get married in a church?
Because they can't elope.
Because they cantaloupe.
You told me that before.
Okay, good.
Honestly, Jesse, I've been trying to remember that joke for 3 weeks because there have been instances where people have been like, lay your best dad joke on me, and I've been trying to recall that one because it's a great one, and I can't ever fucking remember
And that's
it.
an OG. That's an original. I didn't hear that from anybody.
It's so good. When we went to Brittany's grandparents' place, that's the joke I was trying to think of. Because he does dad jokes all the time, and I was like, oh, fucking Jesse told me a good one, but I couldn't remember what it was. Fuck! Oh, thanks, man.
You're welcome. And plus, now it's in the podcast, so you can go back and listen to it at the 40-minute mark.
We have not had a lot of substance in this podcast.
Although, here's my thing.
Whoa, Jesse.
So, Kyle Juszczyk.
Yeah. Best fullback in the league.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I think it's about time that we made him a part of our show.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Did you make a new bit?
No, I have not yet. With Kyle Juszczyk's, because you know how I said I wanted to do like a lock of the week, where we get double points if we pick the right team that won.
Yeah.
His Twitter handle is at JuiceCheck44. Juice
Oh, yeah.
of Juice Nation fame. Check 44. So we gotta use that as our lock. We gotta call it the Juice Check.
Juice check.
Yeah. The Juice Check lock of the week.
I like that. What's your use check voice gonna be?
What do you mean? We'll just have him on the show.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean.
Brandon McManus, we can get pretty much anybody.
That's true, Jesse. I'm pretty sure I say this every week. We're fucking miss hanging out with you, man. Oh, I laugh so much during our podcast anymore. Fuck. It's weird. It's weird being back at the hospital and walking down that whole thing and not stopping at yours and Emily's cubes. It's fucking weird. Like it's taking some getting used to.
There's other people there now.
So then I just stopped. Well, Bryce is in Emily's cube. Bryce moved over there. So like I go and stop in Bryce's cube, and Tara's in your old cube.
Yeah, I heard that. Does anybody? Oh, by the way, that cantaloupe joke. I thought of it right, and it was around Christmas time because I think I had thought of it before, right? Because it was before Christmas time that I told you, and then I remembered it again, and I told everybody at Brian's grandma's place.
Excellent.
And they were like, "Oh," which is the perfect reaction.
Yeah.
When I remembered it, I immediately called Bryce. And I go, Bryce, I got a joke. And I talked to Bryce while I was at Brienne's grandma's house for probably a good 20, 25 minutes.
That's hilarious. I actually had to. He came into my office yesterday or the day before, and he was just kind of like talking to me, and he was doing that thing where he stops, where you run out of stuff to talk about. He kind of just stands there and lingers for a bit, and Hagelin is standing behind him because he wants to talk to me about something. And I went, Bryce, can you go? He's like, oh yeah, no. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I just got other stuff to do. It's man, that guy's. We played basketball last night, and we played like hard basketball for 2 hours. I'm not kidding. Like, I have never been this. I've never been this sore from basketball. And Ray was sore and tired, and Bryce was even sore and tired, and I never hear him complain about it. So like at the end of today, before he told me about the lady that berated him, I mentioned, I was like, "Are you sore at all from last night?" He goes, "Man, I don't know what it was." He goes, "I can't feel my legs." Like, oh man, I love Bryce. Bryce is great. Such a good dude. I was gonna say something else, but I can't remember. It's classic move.
Luke Kuechly retired.
He did. Wowie. This is the first. Wowie. This is the first we've mentioned it.
So I wonder, right? Is this like gonna start a trend of like? I mean, it seems like there's more and more like younger players like retiring. Like they seem they're like in their quote unquote prime and they just take
Well,
off.
just 2019. I saw a tweet. 2019, Luck had Andrew Luck retire, Luke Kuechly retire, Doug Baldwin retire,
Yeah.
and then there's another like under 30-year-old retire. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And Larry Fitzgerald's still playing.
Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald, I think, is one of the like. I feel like he's like one of the last of the throwbacks.
I like Larry Fitzgerald.
You know what I don't like anymore?
What's that?
And like I think I've made it pretty clear on this podcast that I'm not a big fan of the Saints. I like Teddy Bridgewater, obviously. I thought I liked Michael Thomas, and then after the Vikings lost to the San Francisco 49ers, Michael Thomas tweeted, "You got yours," and like with some like laughing,
Yeah.
crying, like I'm like, really? That's pretty petty.
Yeah, I liked Thomas before that as well.
And then he like got into some sort of weird like Twitter like back and forth with some reporter, and then the reporter was like trying to take the high road, saying like, "Look, I'm not gonna have this on conversation on Twitter or whatever. If you want to talk man to man, I'll see you in the locker room." And he replied with, "Yo, you ain't played no." All right, well, I don't have to say it like that, but like it was using that kind of language, and then
Yeah.
said like, "I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. You're not gonna make it to the locker room." Like, I'm like, why the fuck would you even say? Like, what's wrong with you?
More and more players have been more vocal on social media, and I don't know if it's just that or if it's just because social media is here now, more prevalent than ever, and
no.
younger people are in the
Don't
leagues.
talk. All right. I was wondering if I've been doing this constantly,
Yeah.
and I was wondering if it was like just like it was on the mic constantly. Me doing it.
Oh. But do you think the reason why all that shit's happening on there because like the people who are really thriving in the league or like the majority of the league are people who have grown up with social media, so like that's their main way of
Yeah,
communication.
and that could be, but like at the same time, you gotta know, like you gotta have somebody. You'd think every team has some sort of like social media etiquette person that says, "Look, you're your own person and everything, but this is probably what you should try to stay away from doing
Yeah.
on social media. If you don't want people, if you want to like have a good image and like you want to be a role model and all this shit, but like some guys are just, I feel like maybe just some of them are not smart."
What?
Or just
No.
are maybe assholes and they come off as nice people because I guess I default to nice, really. Like if I see somebody, I default to them being a nice person, and then if I find out later they're not, then I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And very rarely have I ever flipped that. Aqib Talib, I think I flipped on him this year because Aqib Talib I always thought was an asshole. We talked about it here, how much of an asshole he was. And then he bought a bunch of kids, a bunch of stuff, and whatever. I'm like, oh, maybe he's not that big of an asshole.
I'm glad you mentioned that. We talked about this before the podcast, and Emily said she wishes you had seen the description for during the podcast. So I'm going to bring it up again. Unpopular opinion for the people who are listening to the podcast. I'm souring on George Kittle. I kind of think he is a douchebag.
I can see it, but what did I don't know. I don't remember.
You
what it
described
was.
him as the person at the bar who keeps slapping you on the
Oh
back.
yeah, like too hard.
Yeah, who's waiting to fight.
Who wants to fight you, but isn't gonna fight you unprovoked. But he's trying to provoke you. Like he's like, "Hey man, how's it going? Are you doing all right?" And just smacking you in the back really hard. I've had that happen to me.
See, he kind of reminds me of that guy that's like drunk at the bar who's just like, "What's your fucking problem? Well, what's your fucking problem?" But like the kind of guy who's gonna start a fight but make you feel like you started the fight, but he's gonna end the fight, like with kicking your ass because he's psycho. Like there's
Well,
something
it's the same
about-
thing. Like,
but it's also because I think the media has depicted Kittle this way.
Yeah, right. No, I mean,
Because they always
although
share
I
these
have
crazy
heard,
fucking photos of him.
I have heard reports that he's an asshole. Did I tell you this?
Yeah, you did, and I also saw the before the game or during the game this weekend. You would have seen it. They did how his teammates have described him and the words that they use to describe him. I'm just like, I wouldn't want to be friends with that asshole.
Well, the number one was what was the number one? Like crazy. The number
Yeah,
one
there
was
was-
like crazy.
Yeah.
Like everyone, like that was the biggest one or something, and then the rest of them were like, oh, no, like
There was like crazy and eccentric and excited and passionate and tough and like mean or whatever. So like, you had your cliche ones, but all describe a person that I would not want to hang out with over the course of a full day. And a lot of people are describing him as like the new Gronk. But Gronk always seemed like the kind of person that you'd party with, but would be safe about it and be fun about it. Kittle seems like he'd be like, you party and then let's do a bunch of blow and see how many hookers we can hide in the trunk.
or like
Stuff.
let's get into trouble. Like I feel like Gronk could be like, hey, let's party and get hammered and like have a good time dancing around and being idiots.
Yeah.
Whereas Kittle seems like the kind of guy who's like, let's see if we can get into some fucking trouble and maybe start a fight.
Yeah.
Or maybe like, go into Old Man Jenkins' yard and cut down his fucking tree or
Yeah, this dude's trenching yards like a motherfucker.
trenching yards. Doing like in his giant truck, like in the middle in the front yard.
nuts, dragging the truck nuts.
Yeah,
in
in
the
the
yard.
front someone's yard, just like doing cookies, like and then peeling off.
Trenching old man Henry's yard. You dick.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, it's hard for me not to like him because he's an Iowa boy, but at the same time, I definitely see that. Like, and it just came out like in the last couple of years, like him just being nuts.
All right, I'm going to ask some rapid questions to you about who are the best in these positions in the championship games, the Final Four teams. Let's see what you.
Derrick Henry.
See what you. Well, he's going to be one best quarterback. Without thinking. Well, I mean, like, you got to think.
Patrick
about
Mahomes.
it. Yeah. Okay. Best running back.
Derrick Henry.
Best wide receiver still in there.
Oh, I have to think of that. Tyreek Hill.
Oh yeah, good one. Best tight end.
George Kittle. It's got to be.
Best defensive end.
It's not going to be super. Well, is Zadarius Smith a defensive end?
No, I thought he was a linebacker. Or
There's Preston Smith. I thought he was the linebacker. And
which one of the Smith brothers is linebacker? I don't like this game anymore. I fucked it up.
Why? Why'd you fuck it up?
No, I don't know because I don't remember. I don't know what positions Zadarius Smith plays.
I think the linebacker might be the other Smith.
I
feel like if you told me who's the
I would
best
put
linebacker.
Bosa in there.
Oh, yeah, but I don't like him either
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh, so
That was
during
another
the
thing.
Niners Vikings game, I texted Scott the same thing. Like I was pissed about it. I had no stake in this game. Like obviously I wanted the Vikings to win because you're my friend and I wanted they're the underdog. It would have been fun to see the Vikings win.
Sure.
And also it's always kind of fun to see my brother like
Miserable a little bit.
yeah, a little bit about the things that he likes.
Yeah, sure.
So there was a moment during the game, and if you're listening to this, we'll see if you remember it. There was a moment where Bosa acted like he was injured, and he was laying on the ground for 10, 15 seconds.
I don't remember. Well, I don't remember. Did they go to like a commercial break? Because they
it was
usually
a
do.
while.
I don't remember if
Like-
they did or not. So
But then all of a sudden he pops up and starts acting like Kittle, like he fist pumps in the air and does a
Jumping.
scream, jumping around and shit, like he was just fucking resting. But the fact that the Niners didn't get a fucking flag,
right.
like how was that not a
Is it like
delay
a delay
game? Well, like he did not look injured.
Yeah, I mean, and Mike made a good point when we were talking about this. He said like there wasn't any like usually if that happens it's for a reason.
Yeah, he said he might have gotten the wind knocked out of him.
Right, which could have been, and like when he got it back, it's just like when that happens, it's just fine. But like there was nothing really, there was no reason to stop the game at that point.
Yeah,
It's kind of his.
it
Like,
just annoyed me.
defense on it.
I was
I mean, at
upset
that point, yeah, I was super annoyed.
because it just kind of seemed like this game doesn't seem like it has any sport anymore. It's not like, I don't know, sportsmanship seems to have just fallen by the wayside anymore. And I think it's because they're allowed to celebrate like they are.
Well, everybody celebrates every play now.
Yeah,
Like
if there's
fucking
a play.
If there's a sack, it's a celebration. If
He
it's a
ran
tackle
for 7
loss,
yards. He's gonna celebrate.
Yeah, like if he like every first down is this,
Yep.
or like now it's the drop the ball and like
If they get a sack or a fumble, the entire fucking defense has to run down to the end zone and hold the football and pose for a fucking photo, even though there aren't cameras taking pictures of the goddamn people.
yeah, interception, like yeah, like
It's just, man, I miss football. It's too much fucking show now.
hey,
What?
Joe Burrow's
Yeah, that's good.
LSU, right?
Yeah.
They just won the Natty. From Ames, Iowa.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's gonna get fucking paid. That kid is amazing.
Yeah, he's going to the Bengals.
The Bengals were talking about, what was Alex saying earlier today? My coworker. He said something like, oh, he was probably fucking around. I don't remember what he said.
Did you think
He was
about it
Probably
and-
fucking around. I don't know. I don't remember what he said.
What else do you want to talk about, man?
How about?
Oh, the Hall of Fame class.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, I got a burp that's stuck like right here.
Josh McDaniels,
Thank you.
still not a head coach. He was late because the Panthers and the Giants already had head coaches before he could interview. He interviewed with Cleveland, and apparently he wanted too much control of the team, so they didn't go with him.
Interesting.
And people were not concerned with him getting a job and then backing out. In his defense, he has the ultimate fallback plan, which is to just stick around until he gets a job in New England. Are we going to talk about Stefanski?
Yeah, this is a good segue because Stefanski got hired as the Browns head coach, and I remember you mentioning last week the fact that he's been with the Vikings for like 14 years, and then I thought we talked about this, but then I've also thought about it a little bit more. Why hasn't he been given a bigger shot until this past like year or two or whatever?
Oh, he lost out to Kitchens last year.
Yeah. That's saying something. Like, I don't know.
He lost out to Kitchens last year. Well, it's saying something about the Browns.
No, my main thing is like, if he's with the Vikings for 14 years, he wasn't the offensive coordinator until last year.
Like halfway through, too.
Yeah, so like, I'm just wondering if the Browns made another.
I mean, honestly, he's
higher.
been in the game. He's been pretty much. He's probably been in like every position known to man, right? Within the thing. So he probably knows the ins and outs of a football team pretty well. But does he have enough experience to be a fucking head coach?
I don't know.
I mean, was the Vikings offense so amazing this year and like the last half of last year that like Stefanski is like the new hotness? I would say no.
After the first 4 weeks, yeah. Like after the first 4 weeks of the season,
How much of
the
that
Vikings
is
looks
how
really
much of that
fucking
is
good.
Kubiak?
Good point.
It's not like he did it alone. Of course, they never do it alone. But like not many people have like an offensive like game plan coordinator like up in the booth. Like not everybody has a Gary Kubiak type position that like does that kind of shit.
Em's putting the hood up. She's going to sleep.
Obviously, I gotta root for Stefanski because he's been like a Viking for so long.
I don't necessarily think McDaniels is the answer. I don't think any team should trust him after what he did to the Colts.
I don't think anybody should trust. I mean, how many coaches is Cleveland gonna go through? Like, and every coach has been like, I can fix this team. I know exactly how to do it. I'm gonna do it, and they never do it.
Is Stefanski really going to be enough of a hard ass to keep all those players in line?
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't either. I feel like
Might be.
McDaniels might have learned enough from Belichick.
Yeah, but he
too.
still looks. He doesn't look intimidating whatsoever. He looks like a little kid. Come on, guys. Oh.
I honestly think the Browns would have benefited from an older, like Mike McCarthy coach.
Or a Marvin Lewis.
Yeah. I feel bad for Marvin Lewis, man. I really do.
Well, you know, at the same time, maybe he'll just. I mean, think about it. Just he didn't get a job, right?
Yeah.
Next year. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe
that's
that.
true.
Like, take a year off. He's got enough money, I'm sure.
Yeah, he was the head coach of the Bengals for like 14 years. He's got to have enough money.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hall of Fame class. Here are the members of the Pro Football, not the Pro Football Jews, but the Pro Football Centennial Class of 2020.
Okay, go.
Jim Covert, offensive tackle for the Chicago Bears.
Great.
Winston Hill, offensive tackle, New York Jets, and the LA Rams.
Oh, perfect.
Harold Carmichael, wide receiver for the Eagles and Cowboys.
Amazing.
Duke Slater, offensive tackle, Milwaukee Badgers, Rock Island Independence, and Chicago Cardinals.
Holy shit.
So 1922 to 25.
Yeah.
1926 to 1931.
Like before they started keeping stats.
Yeah, that is a dude who was long dead before he got
He
inducted.
waited a
probably.
while to get into the like. They're presenting that to his third generation grandchildren. Holy shit!
A transformative and hugely important figure in this history of football, Duke Slater was the first African American lineman
Oh.
in League Chronicle. His standout on both sides of the ball, Slater was a multiple-time All-Pro. And it took him this long to get in the fucking Hall of Fame.
Wow. You know, at a certain point, you're like, probably not gonna make it.
If you're alive and you're like near death, which probably is what Drew Pearson feels like. Ed Sprinkle, defensive end and linebacker.
Is that Jeremy's dad?
1944 to 1955 for the Bears.
Yeah, could be. Jeremy Sprinkle is a tight end in the league right now. Fun fact.
They might be related.
Sprinkle's not really a common name as far as I know.
Steve Sable,
I know Steve Sable.
administrator and president of NFL Films.
He's the first person that I've recognized so far that you've said.
Alex Karras,
Yeah, I know him. He was a movie star.
was he really? Mm-hmm. That's right. He was in Blazing Saddles. He was Mongo.
Yeah. And he was also in like sitcoms and stuff.
Yeah, he was in Webster.
Yeah.
Bobby Dillon, safety for the Packers. Donnie Shell, safety for the Steelers. George Young, general manager for teams. Cliff Harris, safety for the Cowboys. Max Speedy, end for the Browns. And Paul Tagliabue,
Oh yeah. Former
commissioner.
commissioner. What about? I thought Jimmy Johnson made it.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson, Bill Cowher. Yeah, why didn't they list those? What a weird list. Oh, it's because they're in the more important paragraph in the beginning.
Oh, is there anybody else in the more important?
Just Bill Cowher and Jimmy Johnson.
I was gonna say because like usually there's a name that I recognize as far as players go. I recognize one of those motherfuckers, which is fine, great, because they probably deserve it, and I just don't know who they are. Great.
This is fucking tasty.
Yeah,
No
mine
way I
is too,
finished
but
it. I'm gonna drive it. I'm taking it on the way home.
I'm this far down,
Yeah.
but like it's hard to get down there.
Yeah, the straw was a good choice. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
We're
We're
gonna
at
go
an
back
hour
to
and 4
bourbon.
minutes.
What's that?
We're at an hour and 4 minutes, so
What? Really? That's too much to just pour out.
yeah, no. Divisional games. Let's do picks.
Let's do this, bitch. Who you got?
Tennessee versus Kansas City.
Oh. I think it's gonna be Kansas City, but I really want Tennessee. So Kansas City, though.
I feel the same way, and I did it the same way.
Tennessee, I feel like has the possibility of an upset. If their defense is playing top notch, they'll win.
Here's the thing about Tennessee, which I really enjoy, is not only do they play well in the running game, But their offense, because of that, their offense can be on the field for fucking ever, which is really another good way to play defense against a high-powered offense. Just keep them off the goddamn field, which is exactly what they did against the Ravens. If they could beat the Ravens, they could beat Kansas City.
Yeah, I agree. I hope they do, man. But right now, after what the Chiefs did to the Texans, like not scoring anything until the second half and then scoring 50 fucking points. I don't have a lot of faith in the Titans.
I mean, yeah, right. Green Bay versus San Francisco.
The Niners, because fuck the Packers.
I also have the Niners. I mean, just seeing how they played against the Vikings, I mean, it's like...
I kind of think the Packers might win, though, because of what Scott's theory and your theory.
No, it's not Scott's theory. It's my theory.
Because of your theory that Scott stole from listening to this podcast.
Exactly. Great, we did it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're just drinking our daily frozen beverages.
We didn't say anything about Philly.
We've just
For those
lost.
of you at home that, like, we didn't even mention this to, I whipped out some frozen cocktails in a bag, and we've been sipping on those this whole time.
This lady is rocking back and forth. I see her foot moving her chair, and she was asleep doing it. I'm talking about Emily, everybody. Emily's been sleeping in our podcast area booth for the last little bit.
Booth. You been sleeping at my podcast booth? It's my
She
fault.
says it's not my fault. All your furniture is comfortable.
Yeah, and I said it's my
How am I
fault.
going to get the rest of this beverage out?
I don't know. See, I've been struggling with that for a while. Struggling with that for a while.
Because I've got like a corner left. Nope, I got this much left.
Ooh, that's a good idea, though. Put it all in a corner.
Yeah. I thought it could benefit. Hey guys, if you got anything you want to say to us,
Fucking bring it.
yeah.
You got something to say to me? Oh, by the way, that reminds me of that Kittles thing. But like I was in a bar one time, and this is a bar that I was well known in, and I was like kind of
Is it
seeing one of the
Cheers bar?
bartenders, and like, you know, like she was working, and
Was it
this
Bo James?
yeah, and this guy comes up to me. This guy comes up, like, just sits down next to me, and I don't fucking know this guy from anybody.
Was it George Kittle?
No, but it could have been. He might have been going to Iowa at that time. Honestly. And he's just like sitting next to me, just like, you know, with his arm around me or whatever. And he was just drunk as piss, and it was towards the end of the night. He was like, "What are you doing, man? Like, what are you doing?" And I'm like, I know, in my mind, I'm like, I know what he fucking wants. And like, I'm just going to sit here and like do this. Because the minute I like turn around and go, dude, just fucking knock it off. I'm just trying to he's like, whoa, what's your fucking problem, bro? Like, and go into mode that you were talking about, into fight mode. And he got kicked out.
Yeah?
Like, they kicked his ass out.
Because of what he was doing to you?
Yeah. They said, fucking get out of here.
That's
like,
awesome.
The bouncer came over and just fucking kicked his ass out.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Then my back in there.
I don't like getting hit like that sometimes.
I don't like it at all, ever. Why would you?
Brian does it every like it's every once in a while. You can tell when he's gonna do it next to you. He'll come in like, hey man, I have to like brace myself because it's just a friendly pat, but he's so large. He's just like fuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's different. Like, if he's not drinking and trying to fight you. He's
That's
just,
true.
That's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
Something you never think.
Anyway, if you got anything to fucking say, tweet
Bring
us
it.
at ProFBJuice, hashtag
Juice Nation.
Yeah. or Facebook. Pretty much the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
They kind of pretty much are, really.
Ain't lying. Ain't lying. You can watch us, listen to us anywhere podcasts are available.
You can watch Jesse choke on this shit at YouTube for clips, or email us at profootballjuice.com and we'll send you whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, bro.
Jesse's got plenty of news on our drive.
Hot news.
I'm tearing up. Oh my god. Emily is one of the most sensitive person to jump scares I have ever met, and it makes me so happy because I love doing it. So Emily was, for those of you who are still paying attention, if this is making any coherent sense, Emily was falling asleep. So I went up to her and I put my finger between her lips and went, blah, 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 and it scared the piss out of her. Oh, that was great. It was great. Okay.
I wanna punch with somebody. I'm gonna bust a lip on somebody.
You gonna put some what?
Bust a lip.
You gonna buzz the lip on someone? Nice. Yeah. Did you play the outro?
Oh yeah, it's done.
Hey, fucking deuces, guys. Oh, it's done.
Oh yeah, it's been done for a while. Actually, our mic stopped working. I don't know when.
Yeah, this thing kept getting like falling over because of my sweatshirt.
I think you knocked it over like on the laptop.
What is that?
When you knocked it over, it like fell onto the laptop. It actually must have cut out at like 110, so it basically got everything. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's no content after our outro, so at some point during the outro it cut off, which is fine.